Hey, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Kargoz here, and I've been getting a lot of messages these past few days asking where I've been, and I've been traveling a lot just for work, but I've also been playing vanilla WoW, and I know it's kind of weird, but ever since the announcement that Nostalrius is coming back and merging with Elysium, creating a fresh new server, I've just been so excited, and I wanted to play vanilla and level up to 60 first on an established private server. I had chose Kronos before Nostalrius Relaunch, so I could refine my leveling route and do all that. So here this is kind of the fruits of my labor right now. I have a 33 hunter, trapped in Stranglethorn Vale, and it's just, I don't know, guys. I wanted to update you, and I just wanted to maybe spark some interest in some of you other people out there to give vanilla WoW a shot. I think this is a real exciting opportunity we have. We have an opportunity to jump in a time machine and head back to 2004 and experience what the game was like back then, experience what the world was like back then. And in many ways, a game that has a superior experience overall to retail. I love retail. I love Legion, and I think that retail WoW, is essential to even make legacy servers popular, and vice versa. I think they both rely on each other. But there's something so great about the original vanilla WoW experience. Just how crude it was, how awkward it was, how tough it was to level. The bugs. It really forced a sense of community, and it created such a powerful experience. So, for those of you out there who grew up playing vanilla WoW, this is an opportunity to kind of relive your childhood, eat the member berries and head back to the old Azeroth, a simpler time. And for those of you who didn't grow up with vanilla, it may sound silly, but I'd strongly, recommend that you consider playing vanilla and considering it like WoW 2.0. Now, I'm going to get some flack for this in the comments, but in many ways, it is WoW 2.0, and that's kind of the feeling I had when playing it again. The graphics, I play on max settings now. Back in the day, I had kind of a crappy computer, but now that I play on max settings, I'm really, amazed at how many things are the same as 2004, and how beautiful the game, still is, and it's still totally playable and amazing. So what I'm going to do right now is just create a character, kind of go through the starting zone a little bit, and show you guys how cool it is, and hopefully I might be able to trigger some of you in a good way to give it a shot, because it's really a blast. It really is. So I mean, just look at this screen, man. It's just such a simple time, man. Look at the loading screen even. Look how just clean and crispy this looks, man. It just brings it all back for me. So we're gonna log in here, and I'm gonna make I plan on making some content around the Nostalrius relaunch, creating guides and doing all that, even just how to connect guides to help bridge the learning curve between getting involved with private servers. But I'm kind of rambling on here, but okay, let me refocus myself. So this is why you should play Nostalrius. This is why it's so awesome. This is an awesome cinematic. I'm gonna skip this though. This is why you should play it. Most private servers are have a history of being kind of shady, of crashing a lot, of having cash shops, of having pay to play models where you can just pay for gear or mounts or whatever. The awesome thing about Nostalrius, they set a gold standard. They're not for profit. They only make their money through donations. The development team is very sizable, and they do it for the love of the game. And they've said it really best. They think, if you bought Super Mario Bros. In 1996, you can take that game out and play it again in its original form. And World of Warcraft Vanilla was such an amazing experience, but you can't play it anymore, officially. And it's really a bummer that Blizzard isn't on board with it. And I understand totally their reasoning, but it's they've done the impossible. Blizzard said that it'd be impossible to recreate Vanilla WoW. They lost the code, the source code or whatever it is, and Nostalrius just kind of proved them wrong and recreated such a powerful experience for me. I'm very appreciative for them, and I'm a little late to the scene here, very late to the scene. But this past week, I've spent playing Vanilla WoW has kind of been really transformative. Like it's it's really been cool, guys. So here I am in the original zone, and just to get back to my original point, Nostalrius is very Blizz-like. They try and be as Blizz-like as possible to recreate as authentically as possible the original Vanilla Warcraft experience. So it's a 1x leveling speed. There's no increased leveling speed. You level it brutally slow, dreadfully slow, but it's awesome. There's no cash shop whatsoever. The servers are very stable, very active GMs, active testers, dev teams, and it's a progressive vanilla realm, so they'll slowly release the vanilla content over the course of a couple years or however it might be. So in December, probably around Christmas time, the fresh new PvP, Nostalrius / Elysium server is launching. And, there's a million videos out there already talking about this, but I'm hoping that maybe, most of my audience is retail, probably all my audience is retail, and I'm hoping that maybe I can inspire a couple of you to give it a shot. It's totally free. It's very easy to connect. I'm going to put a link to the client in the description below, but it's so cool, guys. This is like a movement right now, and consider this as WoW 2.0. Just give it a shot through that thought process, through that lens, and I don't know, maybe there's a chance that I'm not just deluded by nostalgia here, and there really is something awesome. So I'm going to level through the original starting zone right now. As you can see, I don't know if my OBS is doing it justice, but this is fresh out of the box WoW 1.12 vanilla. It's very playable. The graphics look very nice to me. They look very nice to me. It's a much simpler time, and just remembering all these items, really brings me back to. So here I am in the the Valley of Trials. I've already set myself up to skip quest text. We're gonna go over and accept this quest from Gornek, and he's gonna tell us to kill some mottled boars, I believe. Okay, I'm a new recruit. Yep, kill 10 mottled boars. So as a hunter, you probably level the fastest with a slight edge over Warlock overall, as a BM hunter. But starting off as a hunter, it was really brutal. You had no pet until level 10, and as you can see, my only skill at the moment is Raptor Strike, a melee ability. So leveling as a hunter 1 to 10 was a journey in and of itself, and it required good positioning and kind of shooting and moving to maximize how many shots you could get in. I'll toggle off these toolbar, the status text here, but if you in vanilla, if you pulled a couple mobs, you'd die. You were not by any means steamrolling through the content. It was hard to build gold. Quests were awkward. There weren't a lot of resources to work with. They were made intentionally vague. And it really, through every step of the game, required you to communicate with other people, and that really forced a sense of community. Right now you have so many features, right? You have so many awesome features that technically really add to the user experience in retail WoW. You have group finders, you have, all these awesome tools. You're in a dungeon, someone leaves, you just, you queue up and you get a new guy in about, a minute. In vanilla, you had none of these features, and there was a real pressure to be socially on point, to not to be well adjusted, to not be rude, to really work together, to put your differences aside and work together to complete the dungeon, because it was so tough to get a group together, and it was so manual, and so that's a cool thing about vanilla. I think that when I say WoW 2.0, that's really what I mean here. While we have only a fraction of the feature set that retail WoW has, the overall experience is more powerful. The community, there's no cross-realm at this point. Everyone you see leveling and you play in BGs, these are just dudes on your server. You can just openly trade with them, talk with them. You're going to be seeing them all the time, right? Look how simple this friends list is. There's no BattleNet. There's nothing, man. I just add people by their character name. I don't even know their, I add someone in WoW and it says, John Franco or whatever. It's a little weird. It's kind of cool. Suspending reality a little bit and seeing, their name is freaking, Korgath or whatever it is, and just, keeping it like that with that mystery. And Kronos has been really good, man. I really enjoyed my time in Kronos as well. I was surprised. This server's very stable. Really had no issues on Kronos. This is Kronos 1. There's also a Kronos 2. But it's been just such a joy leveling through this, and I haven't been this excited for a game in so many maybe months and years, probably years, to be honest with you. And a lot of that is going to be me, kind of diluted by nostalgia in my childhood. But there's something really, really, really awesome about this game, guys. And I just encourage you guys to give it a shot. It's free, and I think I'm going to try to be one of the, to try and be pretty actively involved with the community in the new Nostalrius Relaunch. I think what makes the game successful are the influencers that back it, the people that want to be part of the community, create content, and all that, create the infrastructure behind it. And I'd love to participate in that. I'd be honored to participate in that. And also, one thing too is I really encourage anyone who wants to play on a private server to continue to pay your subscription fee. I mean, obviously you don't have to, but you're still enjoying Activision Blizzard's, the fruits of their labor. It wasn't Activision back then, right? But you're still enjoying their game. And I think it's, while there are definitely, some ethical concerns of whether or not playing on a private server is legit, I think that you kind of just have to, do what's necessary. Blizzard's not on board. You do everything in your power to still give them their credit, to pay for their game, to respect their IP, but still be headstrong about preserving such an amazing experience. So that's what I'm going to continue to do, and I'd be happy to pay $15, $20, $30 a month for a vanilla WoW experience. Again, that's just me, and because I grew up with it and all that. But there's, let me get back to some of the advantages of playing vanilla WoW. So, leveling was tough. The game was a bit more mature too. There's some pretty dark quest lines. Things were not that user friendly. They intentionally made things difficult for you, like the way that they structured the caves. Questing was not that linear, and some quests are just completely off the beaten path, and it's just, in order to find these quests would require someone to give you a referral to find it. You wouldn't organically find these quests. So there's just amazing quests scattered all over. There's just weird little nuances and intricacies. One thing too, look, I'm a hunter. I have finite ammunition. I have to keep a light quiver. I have to use less bags because I need to keep a quiver slot. The pets that you tame at level 10 can become unhappy and run away from you, so you have to constantly feed them the appropriate foods. You have to train your pets, with their own set of skills. It's crazy, man. There's so many cool. There's so many cool, flavorful differences. It was just such a flavorful time. I'm gonna log on to my main per se, and show you kind of some of the differences with Hunter. But if you guys are interested in playing on a private server, I'm gonna create a video to show you how to connect, to really just help make it as simple as possible. I'll do an add-ons video. There's still a bunch of add-ons, all the add-ons you know and love, man. Auctioneer, grid, all that stuff, still in the game. And you can have a pretty polished experience in vanilla. So here I am in, the heart of Stranglethorn Vale. Look how goofy I look. That's another cool thing about WoW, man. Look how just absolutely terrible I look. It's kind of awesome, though, in a way. I just look like a weary traveler, dude, with my little cap and my cloth shoulders and my pike, and it's really cool. So let me show you some of the differences here. Hopefully I don't aggro anything. Look at the talents. So the talents, you didn't even have any concrete specs, let alone dual spec or whatever. You would just have to, put points into, I could put 5 points into marksmanship, 11 points into beast mastery, 11 points into survival. You could mix and match and just put individual points into different things and different specs, and I almost prefer that. But it's kind of cool to see that some of the stuff, through over 12 years have been the same. Bestial Wrath, that's still in the game. Intimidation. A lot of these things have stood the test of time. Still the same 3 specs: survival, marksmanship, beast mastery. You still have all your ammunition you have to stack up. As you can see, this is my pet's status. They have a certain loyalty level. If I right-click him, you can see he has his own experience bar, his own set of resistances. You can name your pet still. There's this beast training pane where you can train certain things, and you have training points. Really cool. I'm rambling on here, guys, but I'm having so much fun playing vanilla, and I'm just kind of following my heart here, and just kind of doing what I love and creating content about what I love. So hopefully it can seem organic and just be better and more enjoyable to watch rather than having to make anything contrived. So that's it for me today. Just a little update, and let me know what you think in the comments below. and I'm gonna create some retail. I'm still gonna continue to create retail WoW vids as well because I love the Legion experience. So thanks for your time, guys. Thanks for sticking with me. See you next time.